Hello, welcome to Member 365's webinar on continuing education. I'm Kaya Els, Member 365's knowledge base expert, and I'll be your host for today's webinar. During today's webinar, I'm going to share what continuing education is, then we're going to create an activity as an administrator. After creating the activity, we will take a look at the member side of things and complete that activity. The next step is looking over the educational report. Before jumping into the software, I want to explain what continuing education, or CE, is. CE is for organizations that need to track their members' credits. It is designed to create and manage activities, track member credits, and progress each step of the way. By providing you with the reporting tools to view the accumulated credits and what credits are still needed. With Member 365's continuing education module, you have the ability to set up credit needs for each membership category. For example, if you want your bronze members, they need to have 40 credits, while your silver members need to have 60 credits. Setting up these details is done when configuring your Member 365 with your dedicated onboarding coach. So now that you have a little better understanding of what continuing education is, let's create an activity for your members. So to start the creation, we are going to be logged into our Member 365 domain name as an administrator. And the tab that we're going to focus on today is modules, and from here, education. So our first stop is manage activities. On this page, you're able to delete any activities. You can export them to Excel. You can filter through them if you have a lot to narrow it down for what you're finding, or you can add a new one. What I like to do in Member 365 is create a Word document, so just a mock-up of my activity, and therefore I can create my either event or my activity or my learning management activities more efficiently. So I create this mock-up and I'm just going to drag it over to the other side of my screen so I can easily copy and paste all of the details needed. So we're going to start off with the title. You want to make the title something very self-explanatory so members know right away what the activity they're about to register for or embark on is. So mine is called a quarter conference, and the date is already in the title, August 17th, so right away people know it's a conference and it's on August 17th. Next is the description. You want to be as detailed as you'd like, so give your members everything that they need to know about the activity, maybe even the amount of credits they're going to receive, when the activity is taking place, what it really entails. I'm just going to copy and paste that right in there. If this activity was requested by a contact, you can enter that information right here. So say a contact or even a member has come to you and said, I think this is going to be a great idea for an activity and I think we should take part in it. You can actually say who it was requested by. And therefore, if you have an approval process with these activities, it can either be approved or denied. For category, it's a way of organizing your activities. I have a few categories right now, one being guest presentations and the next is being marketing. I'm going to add a new category called conferences. So now, anytime that I have a conference coming up, I can put it in the conferences category, and therefore it's organized a little better. You can even have a subcategory as well, just to dial it down even further. Next is the level. I have 3 different levels set up. This is completely dependent on your organization, and mine is going to be for level 1. When setting up levels, you can have each level needing a certain amount of credits for each. So therefore, if you have level 1, people need 15 credits, and level 2 people need 15 credits. If they complete their 15 credits in level 1, and then another level 1 activity for 5 credits, they're not going to receive those 5 credits because they've already reached the maximum limit of their level 1 credits. Therefore, they'll need to complete their level 2 or level 3 credits. So for my activity, I'm doing 4 credits for level 1. Therefore, when somebody completes this, they will have 4 credits towards their level 1. You'll be able to see that a little better on the educational report that we're going to be pulling later. In my description, I do say this is open to bronze members. So therefore, I'm going to say the membership category is bronze. That's who can attend or complete this activity to receive those credits. If this activity is being held maybe even at your community college, you can put in the program name here, the school name. If there's a website that this activity is being held on, you can enter that here. Of course, the contact information is important for who's going to be holding this activity or leading this activity. So I'm just going to put in my email. A phone number, city and province. This is all just about the date, the location, and we're going to get to the date. And I'm going to say I'm going to lead this. And now I have the activity start date and the activity end date. So since there is a start and end date, your activity can go between a few days, or it can only be the one if you'd like. And for mine's going to be 5 hours, so I'm just putting in the hours. If there are any important notes that you need to include, you can do that in the notes section. Maybe reminders of something to bring for your members, or if they need to bring anything. You can toggle on or off the pre-accreditation, and if you'd like this displaying on your website. Like I mentioned earlier, if a contact has requested this activity, you can leave this to pending and leave it up for higher authority to decide if it's approved or denied. Since I already have that capability, I'm going to say this is approved. Here I can either submit or send the approval message. So here's mine. It already is marked approved because I approved it. It automatically gives you a code, the date it was submitted, who it was submitted by, as well as the name of the activities. So that's how you create an activity using Member 365. The next thing that we're going to take a look at is completing that activity as a member. So you must have noticed that I just put in the dates and what the activity is. So therefore, what your member would have to do is enter the dates that they attended this, for my example, conference. So I'm just hopping over to the member side of things. Right now, I'm logged in as member Katya Els. And what I would do as a member, I come to Education and Education Activities. Here I can view, right now I'm under my bronze category because I do both have bronze and gold. I'm under my bronze and I can view all the credits that I have, and I notice, wow, I have no level 1 credits. So now I'm going to scroll down and add new activity. And I don't know if you noticed, but I did have the date as today. Therefore, I'm going to say that I attended that conference and hopefully received my 4 credits. And I'll use today's date and confirm. And it is as easy as that, and look at my 4 credits already. Perfect. So let's hop back over to the administrator. Sorry to keep hopping different places. And let's view the report on an individual level. So as Katya Els, as the member, I just said that I attended that conference. And now what I'm going to do as an administrator is look up my individual report. So here's my contact record, and I'm going to find education. And it's very translucent. You can see exactly what your members see. You can even add an activity for your members. And now I can see all the required credits, all my outstanding credits, and what I had just filled in. So that's how you view an individual education report. But if you want to look at your membership as a whole and see how all of your members are doing, you would click Modules, Education, and the very first bracket is Education Credit Report. To filter through these, it's simply by status, whether it's in progress, completed. You can allow a grace period for this, which would also be configured in the settings of Member 365. So this is something that you do in the beginning phases. Or if they have not completed their credits in the time that they were supposed to. I'll click in progress to demonstrate. And here you can have the collection start periods, the collection end periods, and all of the credits that people have received so far and their required credits. You can click into any of these individuals as well to see their individual reports. Maybe you want to know her credits, it's 0, but she is in progress, so maybe she didn't actually complete something. And you can see where they still need their credits, whether that's level 1, level 2, or level 3. So today was a short and sweet webinar. That is all for our continuing education module webinar today. And if you have any more questions or anything, please feel free to consult the knowledge base at support.member365.com. It's filled with articles and correlating videos to help walk you through anything that you might be doing or configuring within Member 365. Thank you so much for coming and have a great day.